Tom Haberstroh, get on in here. We've got a guest. Well, hey,
what's up, fellas?
how you doing, man?
I am
So
good.
you're a big Van Gundy. You're fascinated by him. What are you thinking right now as you're watching this? What's going through your mind?
A billion different things is going through my mind. And Ethan, let me just say this. It's not just a media thing that the media loves Stan Van Gundy. I've hardly met anyone who just doesn't generally just like the guy. So I don't know. I maybe I'm only around him because I am part of the media this year, but I genuinely like him as a person. All my interactions with him have been fantastic. So I don't know if it's a media thing that we have an affection for Stan Van Gundy. He's awesome.
I think that's true. But I think it's not mutually exclusive. I should have been maybe more specific. It's media and everybody else loves Stan Van Gundy, which is why when he makes an appeal to the public, he's got not only the media giving the thumbs up, but he's got the force multiplier of everybody else who's come to love him. So, he's a popular guy. Got to hand it to him.
Okay, yeah, it's nuts.
Well, I think he's earned that popularity.
It was the dribbling video.
Sorry, go ahead.
Love it.
Yeah, he dribbled. He did
Put
that
it
great,
together.
coaching stuff. I mean, like Howard has pissed people off like for years. Van Gundy hasn't been he has built up a certain amount of cachet that he can now leverage. Like it didn't come out of nowhere.
Agreed.
Point.
He's not
on point.
But
Sorry,
I think
Howard.
it's
Tom. Please.
Tom, ostensible guest. Continue, please.
Well, you know what? The most bizarre thing that I've seen this year, being with the Heat this season, I was in Orlando before the game, and the owner Devos was wheeled in on a wheelchair with like a bunch of execs, wheeled into the locker room of the Orlando locker room, and there is Dwight Howard just standing in the corner by his locker, completely oblivious to Devos, not even acknowledging him whatsoever. And like 3 different Heat players came over to say hello, exchange greetings, hi, how are you? Daniel Orton, Jason Richardson, you name it, they were saying hi to Devos. The one guy who didn't, Dwight Howard. And this was like, what? Like, are you that clueless that there's media in the room? Like, you can't just say hello and just squash all the rumors that you guys aren't on the same page. And Devos campaigned for Dwight Howard to return and everything, and Dwight Howard didn't even acknowledge him. And they were probably 8 feet apart. It's just the most bizarre thing in the NBA and probably in sports. The whole organization. It's just Zach Lowe chronicled it perfectly.
Yep.
Just all the events that happened. A great read for those watching. Go read Zach Lowe as usual.
All right, Tom. Let's turn a little bit towards your Heat, who had a very big win last night. My question for you is, I think typically it's really cool that LeBron and Durant guard each other, like to start off with. And it seems to me, and I would wonder about your take on this, like, does LeBron, if these two teams met in the finals, does LeBron need to pretty much win that matchup like decisively in order for the Heat to have a chance?
No, I don't think so. You have to remember that Dwayne Howard. No, sorry, obviously something's on my brain here, but Dwight Wade played like crap. Dwight Wade.
Right.
Dwayne Wade played like crap, and so did Chris Bosh. And so it was a close game. The Heat shot 37% from the floor, and they still pulled it out with LeBron playing, out of his mind, just like he did earlier this season. So I think the margin of error for LeBron isn't so slim to the point that they need him to decisively win that matchup, because Dwayne Wade didn't play anywhere near his capabilities, and neither did Chris Bosh. So no, I don't think the margin of error is so slim that he needs to be on point.
Do you think that there's been a criticism of LeBron, and I don't know where I come down on it. I think Simmons made it, that he doesn't necessarily fit his performance to the situation, and that he'll give the same kind of performance no matter what kind of team he's playing. How do you feel about that? I don't even know if it's a criticism, more of an observation. Do you think that's the case? Do you think it's problematic, or do you think it's a good thing?
Can you rephrase? I don't think I quite understand what you mean.
How dare you? I was perfectly cogent. That was a perfect question. No, it was essentially that LeBron might be better suited into going into a bit of hero mode or playing a bit more hero ball in kind of bigger games of national TV. That perhaps would be better than him going with the same kind of efficient or attempt at efficiency that he just does for every team equally.
Well, what's interesting about LeBron is he, almost to a fault, he wants to see his teammates succeed. And if you remember in the finals last year, he would drive to the rim.
Tom, there's someone in your house! Watch out!
That's my dog. He's really tall.
That's terrifying.
That's Allison. She's still celebrating Kentucky winning the title. They see you, Allison. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, so LeBron James drives into the lane and then dishes off to Juwan Howard. Okay, and this is something we all love him for, is that he's Oscar Robertson built like Karl Malone, is that he's always dishing, looking for the open pass. And sometimes you just want to say, you're LeBron James, no one can stop you, go in the lane and just dunk on everyone. And, you know, for long stretches last night, that's the LeBron that you saw, not the one dishing to Juwan Howard or Ronny Turiaf, whoever it might be this year. That's the guy I want to see. That's the guy everyone wants to see, is the guy who just asserts himself above everyone else. And if that's hero ball, I don't know if it's hero ball. I think it's more like aggressive ball, which doesn't really have the same ring to it. But, yeah, LeBron definitely needs to assert himself
really good ball.
like he did last night. Really good.
Aggro Craig.